Hello everyone, welcome back to Everlasting Summer. Today we will have a lot of fun once again in this little pioneer camp. So I saw this, the gallery. Looks like there's a lot of images here. A lot of images that we have to unlock. It's gonna be great. We're missing a couple, I'm not happy about that. Yeah, we can just view them all like that. God, this freaking image. This freaking image. Alright, enough about this. Music. There's also music. There's a lot of music in this game, by the way. Look at it all. What? It's so many. Lightness radio edit. BG, sprites, music. Can't wait to unlock everything. Okay. Oh, no, not new game. No. Load game. Yes. I would like to lose all my unsaved, non-existent progress. Here we are. So last time, we were transported to this camp. We met a lot of girls. And now we're gonna play a card game, I think. That's what's happening, right? Card game? Card game, guys? Card game? Yeah, card game. It's gonna be fun. Let me get my chat room ready. Alright, we're good. Inside, everything was ready. A few pioneers stood here and there, chatting. The tables were moved out of the way to make room for players and spectators. I looked around. Something was going on in the far corner. When I came closer, I saw a large piece of paper with a diagram drawn on it. Ooh, look at this. Is that me? I'm guessing that's me. My name was among the players. And who came up with all this? I patted Electronic, who was standing near. Well, of course it was your most humble servant. He bowed to me jokingly. This made me uncomfortable to the point of squirming. And why in the world am I among the players, then? I was disappointed. A few seconds ago, I thought I still had a slim chance to evade this tournament. Then I wouldn't have to fear Alyssa's revenge for not betting with her. But now that hope was gone. It was pure coincidence. Yeah, right, coincidence. Except that I was already acquainted with every one of the contestants. Hang on a minute, guys. Okay. We're good. While there were a few dozen other pioneers standing in the room, I was seized by anxiety. It's the feeling of being watched, while standing in an empty room with no windows and doors. Will there be a prize? I asked him lazily. I wanted to distract myself with a pointless conversation. Electronic was just about to answer when Ulyana came out of nowhere and started jumping around him. Prizes! Prizes! I heard something about prizes! Do you know what is the main ethos of the Olympic Games? It's not the winning, but taking part that counts. Oh, what? No! You'll understand when you grow up. She made a wry face and jabbed Electronic in the ribs. So what about the prize? Well, I don't know. It's not up to me. He made a helpless gesture. Really, if they came up with this stupid game, at least they could give the winner a chocolate medal or something. Ulyana suddenly jumped and raced off to somewhere. I wish I was that optimistic. So what about the rules? Wait a bit. Not everyone is here yet. I looked around Canteen. Alyssa, Slavia, Lena, Miku, and Shurik were here. It seems like everyone is here. Not everyone. Xenia isn't here. Does he feel uneasy, or is it just me? She's not here, so what? Pick someone else instead. No, I can't do that, he answered slowly. I decided not to ask exactly why can't he do this. Well, go fetch her or something, I don't know. He can't go. He's the host of the event. The camp leader appeared as if from nowhere. But Olga, Electronic whined. Semyon will go. Right, Semyon? She looked at me and smiled. Of course, who else? Where is she? In the library, I guess. Okay. I dragged my feet toward the door. Please hurry. What's Electronic's problem anyway? Night is coming soon. I was going to take my time, so I slowly paced toward the library. But I found Xenia before I even expected. She was sitting on a bench in the square, staring at Genda, who was silent and all as always. What are you doing here? Everyone is looking for you. Sitting here, as you can see. She frowned. Well, let's go. I don't want to. She looked away. Why not? I don't want to. I sat beside her. Listen, I don't like the idea of this contest myself, but we can't let everyone down. I surely didn't sound like myself there. A couple of days ago, I wouldn't even think of saying something like that. Xenia looked at me with a surprise on her face. Just check something. Alright, we're good. So everyone is waiting for me? Isn't that exactly what I said? Yes. I won't go anyway. She frowned and hid her face. But why? I gestured with my arms, wondering. I don't know how to play cards. So what? Same problem here. Then how can you play? What? You can only do things that you read about in books or something? Of course. She was surprised. And what if you end up in Antarctica and have to rely on hunting polar bears to survive? Polar bears don't live in Antarctica. Xenia smiled. Doesn't matter, it's just an example. Come on, it's not like someone's life depends on the result. She took her time to think. I just don't want to let anyone down. Right. I agreed sarcastically. And don't you even think anything funny about that. I didn't get what she meant, but anyway. Obviously, everyone had their weak spots. In a minute, we were both back at the canteen. Everyone looked at Electronic. So, he cleared his throat. Each round consists of one game. In case of a draw, you replay the game. After this, the loser drops out and the next round begins. Since the number of volunteers, he looked at me, since the number of players is just 8, we'll have only 3 rounds. Is everything clear? The crowd cheered. And what are the prizes? What are they? Ulyana, cut it out. Slavia stepped forward and tried to catch Ulyana. I won't rest until the prize is mine. Seemed like this girl had enough energy for a warp jump to Alpha Centauri. Prizes! She repeated it over and over. Stop it! Slavia tried to reason with her. Electronics seemed to be getting dizzy from all this running around. Let's start already, I said calmly and added to Ulyana, or you won't get any prizes. Looks like my argument got through to her, so she took her place. Slavia followed her, giving me a grateful smile as she passed. The pioneers finally settled down. I approached the table that Lena sat behind. You don't mind? She looked up and blushed. Don't worry, I don't know the rules myself, and how can I be sure that it's not only myself? I sat down. Turns out we'll have to play the first round together. Yes. Finally, Electronics started to explain the rules. Oh god, this is really a card game I have to do. Look at the cards carefully. What are the backs? Give me a second. They're anime girls. They're all anime girls. Sorry, there are exactly 6 of them in front of you. I hope everyone here knows how to count. Now you can look at them. What the heck is this? Is that Tita, but with not Tita looks? She has a chain gun. After everyone had a look at their cards, Electronic moved on. The rules here are similar to poker. I don't know how to play poker. I hope everyone knows how to play. Nope. I knew the rules, but wasn't so sure about the others. First of all, it's a top card, then 1 pair, then 2 pairs, then 3 of a kind, and so on. No flushes or straights, though. In the first round, you choose a card which you would like to take from your opponent. In turn, your opponent can choose to swap out 2 of his cards after a round twice. Or he can choose not to do so if he doesn't need the card which you are taking. Take a note here that your opponent can see which cards are trading places. In the next step, your opponent takes a card he chooses, and so on. I think it's pretty clear. It wasn't too clear to me. Hey you, Einstein! Ulyana yelled at him from her table. I didn't get a thing! We'll figure it out as we go. We have Chain Gun Girl, whatever this is girl, Witch Girl, Sitting There Girl, Cat boy and that girl. Electronic went to the table with the diagram, leaving Ulyana to smolder in solitude. You go first. I hope I can get my mind around the game fast enough. Jack, Queen, 8, 8, 3, Ace. So do I need, like, 3 8s to get a good score or something? I don't know. I hope I could get my mind around the game fast enough. Lena, more perplexed than usual, reached out for my cards. In the middle of her table, her hand stopped. Will you? Oh yeah, I should be protecting my card. What was it Electronic said? To try to confuse my opponent so I can swap 2 of my cards. Twice. Or I can choose not to. Should I protect it or not? By the way, I can also agree and give her the card she chose straight away. Otherwise, Lena can change her mind and take another card if she wants to. Or she might not. Defense. I kind of want to keep this, though. Arrow. Whose turn? Mine. I will give you anime guy. Wait, Jack, Queen. If I got a king, but doesn't that... I guess I don't know if that counts or not. I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. Exchange. Things were becoming clear. Or at least comprehensible. Now it's my turn. I can take my card back from her, or I can choose another one. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a rabbit. I want an 8 to be here, so let's choose this one. What are these girls? They look like they're from an anime I know. Whatever, I'm taking this one. Lena can try and protect her card, but if I watch her closely, I can take the card I choose regardless of her movements. Oh, I moved over there, huh? Well, guess what? Bah. Bah. And it's a useless card. I made it! Electronic, who was silently watching our game, nodded in approval. Looks like now we're getting somewhere. Now during the round, opponents trade cards 3 times. Keep an eye on each other. Penetrate your opponent with your eyes. I chuckled. Penetrate. What's so funny? Oh, never mind. I tried to keep a straight face. He stared at me for a moment, then moved on. And then we turned the cards up to see whose hand is better. Electronic went back to his diagram. What's this? Why new cards? Oh, that's Ulyana, I guess. That's Lena maybe? Is that Ulyana too? What do we have? All these cards kind of suck though, don't they? Oh, 2-2. Switch those 2. And then switch these 2. Yeah, take that one. That's fine. I want that one. Oh, I changed my mind. I want that one. That one. Yay! Oh, wait, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa. That was a good move there. That was smart move. I still want that one. I still want that one. Yay, got a 9. That's not gonna help me at all. Let's switch these 2 again. They're gonna take that one. Wait, don't I want the 5 back? I don't know, guys. Give me my 5 back. I won! I guess somehow. What's this? Is it like a Joker card? Pirate. Look at all these cards. This game designed all these cards. Like all of them are different. That's pretty cool. I won! Seriously, it's hard to play a game that was made up on the spot, and not by yourself either. But I won. Although the moment of glory was tainted by the fact that it was Lena who was the loser. It's okay, she jump scared me last time. Or something did, I don't know. But she's not very confident in general, but now she's lost. I'm too embarrassed to even look at her now. Probably I should have lost to boost her self-esteem. Meanwhile, Electronic proudly announced that the first round is over. She can take care of herself, she's fine. Ooh, I'm facing Ulyana next. And then, one of these two. A list of those who made it into the second round appeared on the scheme after a little while. Semi-final pairs consisted of Alyssa and Xenia, and Ulyana versus me. A doomed sigh escaped me. Ulyana immediately took a seat in front of me.
Ha!
She glared at me, grinning.
How did you manage to outplay Lena? Cheated, perhaps?
I'm not you. I just know how to play cards. At least that's what I want her to believe. And how could you outplay Shurik? Ulyana waved her hand, showing how easy it was.
I threatened to join his club.
She grinned yet again.
Would you hold back too?
Not a chance.
Then I'll choose which card I give to you myself.
Did you hear the rules?
Screw them.
It looked like she really didn't care. Okay, but I choose the cards to give to you, too.
Deal.
Inspired by my victory in the first round, I ventured upon this dangerous move. I could have argued, appealed to Electronic, and eventually had my own way. But somehow I felt truly confident in the outcome of this round. Yes, we were breaking the rules, but I was in the same boat as Ulyana. I looked up at Electronic. It's time to begin the semi-finals, he commanded. I carefully checked my cards, ensuring that Ulyana couldn't see them. Oh, this'll be the toughest battle yet. Me versus little girl. 3, 4, 9, 6, 10, 8. I don't know, they all kinda stink. I will switch this one and this one. Oh, you took it immediately. What? I can only take that one? 3, 7, 9, 6, 10, 8. How about... Do I have 2 6s? No, I don't. Oh, wow. I can't do anything. Am I gonna lose on purpose now? Get rid of this one. Card's too big. Card's boobs are too big. I mean, nothing. Never mind. 3. Fail. Well, I don't even know how to play this game anyway. I don't even care. At least I won a single round. I left the canteen. It was still too early to sleep and a short walk. Looked like a good idea. Where should I head to? So I just lose, is that it? What's this? I can go a lot of places now. Scene! Boathouse, bus stop. I've never been to the beach. Have I been to the beach? I'll go to the beach, why not? Oh, this looks nice. Look at this. Excuse me. We'll just say that I let Ulyana win. I just let her win. Because, you know, she's little. She'll... confidence boost or something. I don't know. I came to the beach. I was not in the best mood, and I really had no desire to swim. But I still came to the water's edge and tried the water in my hand. The water was warm. It seemed like it was still cooling down after such a hot day. Well, perhaps some other time I will come back to swim. Okay. For the first time today, I finally felt how tired I was. There was no light in the window, so Olga must have been sleeping already. Strangely enough, she waited for me yesterday. Excuse me. I entered the cabin, quietly stripped and laid on the bed. When you think about it, my situation hadn't gotten any clearer today. In fact, I've spent whole day doing useless stuff. I would have never have even thought about doing something like this in the real world. Although I had plenty of time. How much time I would have here in total is still a mystery. Maybe an eternity. Or maybe there are only a few minutes left. I just didn't want to think about the past, about how I got to this camp. For the first time in a long while, I felt I really tried. I felt really tired. Not only emotionally tired, but also physically tired. Psychologically tired, and God knows how else tired. I just wanted everyone and everything to shove off, starting with my own thoughts. I wanted this mess somehow resolved by itself, or at least without my active participation. And what if I'm stuck here forever? And I'll have to get used to it. So just like that, I'm not ready. Ahem. My conscience slowly drifted away from me, and it became progressively harder to concentrate on something distinct. Perhaps it's better to wait until tomorrow. I rolled over and fell asleep. Good night. Day 3. Hey, I'm impressed I won one card game, so I feel bad that I feel miserable that I couldn't get it to the end, but whatever. The night left a feeling of anxiety behind. I woke up exhausted both physically and mentally. It happens to me all the time. You see incredibly lucid images in your dream, as if you fell into a Hollywood blockbuster with a plot full of twists, well-paid actors, and multi-million-dollar visual effects. And then you wake in the morning without remembering a thing. That's what I was trying to do, to restore the images shown by my relaxed brain, but that part of my memory was empty, either archived or formatted completely. Morning! It's 7 a.m. according to the clock. I seem to be an early bird today. Olga was still sleeping, wrapping tightly in her blanket. Wrapping so tightly in a hot summer? I got up, stretched, and went to the mirror to have a look at myself. I'd better shave. What? Oh. Strange idea. Before, twice a month was enough, but now nothing depends on the way I look. I haven't found a razor anyway. Why do I even need it if I'm 17 at most? So, breakfast can't start earlier than 9 a.m., and this means I have plenty of time, which I can spend on walking and washing, for example. The water didn't seem as ice cold as the previous day. On the contrary, its refreshing coolness helped me to brace up and come back to reality, whether all these events could be called real. The tooth powder didn't seem to be such an outdated thing. A quick thought struck me that it's not that different from toothpaste. When I returned to the cabin, Olga was already up. She was standing in front of the mirror and fixing her hair. Good morning, Semyon. Morning. Because of a lack of sleep, my head was still singing, and my thoughts were all jumbled together. However, I didn't regret waking up instead of my usual habit of sleeping in for 2 or 3 hours more. How come you got up so early? It just happened. And no neckerchief once again. I'll do it myself, not a big deal. On my way to the canteen. I don't think so. Do it now. Did you forget about the lineup before breakfast? How could I ever forget? And what's the lineup going to be about today? We'll discuss the agenda for the day. So what's the agenda? Frankly speaking, I didn't care for what might be on the agenda for our courageous pioneer group. I was mostly interested in where our brave leader will send our little pioneer army for the following 12 to 15 hours. Maybe I could manage to avoid enemy locations. Yeah, you'll find that out at the lineup. She gave me a wily smile. Olga, my stomach is getting upset. I'd rather, I believe that's okay to miss the lineup once. It could get all nasty if I fail to control it right here. Where did all this courage come from? You have 5 more minutes. I'm afraid I need more time. Could you tell me right now, please? Sure, I'll try, but in case it all goes down... Oh, fine. On our list for today is cleaning the camp locations, organizing the books in the library, some other minor tasks, and of course we'll have a ball. We'll have a ball in the evening. Watch yourself. You must take part in the camp activities today. You bet. Definitely. And now I'd rather... Come on, let's hit the road. Literally hit the road. Phew! I came out of the cabin and hid in the bushes behind it, waiting for Olga to leave. Actually, I didn't have any particular reason to behave this way, but the voice within me kept telling me that I have nothing to do with the lineup. There'll be no lineup today. After the camp leader left, I went back to the cabin and decided to wait for breakfast there. Well, I'm not planning on taking part in community life today. Cleaning and organizing, that's not what someone in my situation should be doing. 2 days have passed and I'm still right where I started. All the residents seem to be perfectly ordinary people. They weren't involved in any conspiracy, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no idea about time warps. Of course, each of them is a bit peculiar, but those peculiarities do not seem to be out of line at all. Moreover, if I had met any one of these pioneers in my familiar world, I wouldn't suspect anything wrong. They seem to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, yours truly. This line of reasoning was quite logical. The illogical part was the absence of answers. Ordinary people is in an extraordinary place. I've heard and seen that already, somewhere. Dozens of pioneers, or even more, live their familiar lives and do their regular stuff day by day. They don't understand that the world around them is not what it looks like. Okay, but this is their point of view. As for me, I'm not acquainted with the world of the Savianak camp and its residents, even if they seem to behave the way normal people would under the same circumstances. I have to decide here and now, are those people involved in what's happening to me? Can they give me my answers, or do I have to seek the truth somewhere else? I don't know. It seems they overdid it a bit with the thinking. There's no usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the canteen. Whoops. Or even inside the canteen. Most of them probably had their breakfast before 9 a.m. That's even better. 2's company, 3's a crowd. Lena was sitting in the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily picking with her fork at an amorphous lump that vaguely resembled porridge. Having a breakfast with her seems like a good idea. We can have a chat in peace, or at least try to have one. I was on my way to her table when suddenly somebody grabbed me by the sleeve. Xenia, the librarian. Get your meal and come. We need to talk. What are you waiting for? I was a bit confused. Pardon, isn't this a bit too sudden? What's wrong? Get your meal and sit down. I suppose that she considers her behavior completely normal. I promised Lena. Sorry, librarian, but I'm not a... Sorry. I was sure that Lena wouldn't mind if I sat next to her. Hold on, wait a second. Sorry, maybe later. I gently loosened my sleeve from her grip and headed to the farthest corner of the canteen. Xenia was shouting something in my direction, but I tried to ignore her. Hi, good morning. Having heard the librarian shouting, Lena had been stealing glances at me for a while. Morning. Strangely enough, she didn't blush, but smiled instead. Would you mind if I join you? I'll get my meal and be back in no time. Yes, sure. In a minute, I was already sitting in front of her with a simple set of plates on a tray. Porridge, 2 poached eggs, 4 pieces of wheat bread, a boiled sausage, and a glass of compote made of unknown fruits and berries. Have a nice meal. Thanks. I was trying to eat as neatly as I could, no chomping, smearing the food, or spilling the compote over myself. It seems that eating like a human and not like a hog was not that hard at all. As usual, Lena remained silent, which means I should start the conversation. Going to the dance tonight? Probably. She was silent for a while. And you? And you? I don't know yet. Though I didn't want to go there at all. I didn't like dance parties since my school days. Why so? What do you mean? My mind was still far away, in my school times. Why don't you want to go? I didn't say I don't want to. Okay then. But if you're inviting me... Lena turned red and looked away. I don't really... Sorry, just kidding. I felt confused. I better not joke like that. Fine. Lena said indifferently and focused on her food, while her face turned even more red. Why am I stuck on this dance as if we have nothing else to talk about? But wait, is there actually anything? By the way, maybe you know what Xenia wanted to ask me. Huh? I mean, when I just came in, she wanted something from me. I don't know. I see. The conversation reached a dead end, so I tried to seem fully focused on my meal. Excuse me. Lena finished her breakfast first. I should go. See you later. See you. I was finishing chewing on the sausage, which tasted like twisted pear cable. A twisted pear cable, rather. I wonder if they have internet access here. I guess not. A pioneer sitting at the next table noticed me talking to myself and stared at me. I smiled and waved to him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he, for some reason, left the canteen quickly without finishing his breakfast. Done with the food, it's time to search for some clues. Some time later, I finally came to the infirmary. I have nothing to do in that place. Though the nurse seemed quite caring, it's better to keep a distance from her. Such benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I just hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no reason to. Not a single one. Immersed in my own thoughts, I didn't notice the nurse, who was standing on the porch. Hi there, pioneer. She came closer. You must be sick. Did you come for medicine? No, I was just wandering around. Oh, a truant, I see. But if you're here, I have a serious task for you. Hello. Let's be friends for tonight. Hello there, hello from Russia. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Welcome to the everlastings, that is summer. I have a serious task for you. I gave her a look of inquiry. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inevitable. I take it you know this game very well, Let's Be Friends? It's a good game so far, by the way. Good game. Good game. Really good game so far. The nurse smiled spitefully. You both will help me to make inventory of the supplied medicine which arrived today. Both? But, who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But what word could be confused with both? Moth. Soth.
Hi again.
Lena emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seems strange that I hadn't noticed her until now. Come here after dinner. I have explained everything to Lena. She will tell you what to do. Right, her voice is more serious sounding. Medicine, huh? Supplied today? But Olga told me that no bus would arrive in the next couple of days. So there were visitors to our camp today? Yes, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking? Just curious. All right then, pioneer. So tonight after dinner, you'll be here. Maybe Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely she's able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja. Ninja! I could do it on my own. Strange, she seemed more spiteful during lunch. No way, there are lots of boxes. And a pioneer is always ready. Isn't that so, pioneer? You have all endings, you know? Nice. Is it hard to get all the endings? Are there like good and bad endings in this game? There must be a lot of endings. I might need to replay this game a couple times just to see them all. It's a good game so far. Your English is not great. It's fine. I can understand ya. I can understand ya. As long as I can understand ya. Your English is very good. If it makes you feel better, my Russian is abysmal. Incredibly abysmal. I'm so sorry. She gazed at me and smiled menacingly. I don't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this, and also I've got more important things to do. But rejecting this request would be really improper. If it wasn't Lena who was standing here, I would definitely think my way out. You know, I kind of want to date Miku. I've always wanted to date Miku, one in any game. How about this? Next time, if I play this again, you'll be next, Lena, alright? Pinky promise. Sorry! Maybe I shouldn't have lied to her. I should think before I say something. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the follow. Let's be friends. Indeed, let's be friends. And we will be friends. You can guide me through this game and make sure I don't mess up or anything. It was turning out bad, but I decided to stand my ground. Her cabin. She asked me to clean it up, sort out the things, and so on. Bet you know what a mess the cabin is. Sure, she asked you to tidy up her closet too? The nurse looked at me so intensely that Napoleon's fiasco at the Battle of Waterloo seemed now a small annoyance compared to my current flop. I was going to say something, but she continued to speak. Okay then, pioneer. We'll manage it without you. I apologized, but you see, I said and looked at Lena. She stood looking at the ground like before, blushing more and more. It's alright, I'll manage it on my own. Okay then. An awkward silence followed. I wanted to sink into the ground because of my lame lie. I had probably offended Lena. Well, goodbye then? Bye! The nurse was still smiling spitefully. Creepy. I turned and walked away, almost running. Though in fact I really wanted to run. Common sense advised me not to. I came back to my senses when I reached the square. So, what's next? I decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my phone. I don't know where I'll find myself today, but having a watch is always useful. Though having a wristwatch is much easier. Suddenly, I heard a different tune which was cutting through the unusual noise of the camp. I listened to it carefully. Sounds like an electric guitar. 3 repeating chords, no more. But this melody still felt somehow warm, as if a vacuum tube-based audio amplifier was used. Could there be such a luxury here? The sound was definitely coming from somewhere near the stage area. I wonder who that could be. Maybe electronic? Maybe... I don't know. If it's Miku, then I could go with Miku. What do you think, Let's Be Friends? Do you think this leads to Miku or the electronic guy or the other guy, the other dude? Lena know what to do? Yeah, I'll choose Lena next time. Pinky promise. Screw it. Coming to the stage area, I caught a sign of Alyssa on the stage. No, not Alyssa. No. Panty shot. Nope. Soviet rock, named a dozen bands of the genre. Songs seem really simple. You know, I could have played it, give us a time to practice. Wonder Alyssa got her playing skills. You started music as a claim. Each rock star was taking any notes from me. What's it to become? Rock heroes. She got dressed. Her performance was coming to an end. The last couple of chords, just noticed me. Ooh. Hey QM. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Playboy? What do you mean, Playboy? Look, Alyssa. Gosh darn it. Can I go back a couple of yards? How do I fast forward, by the way? Whoops. Ah, I need to save more, guys. I gotta save more. How about this? No, not load. I'll save it here. Save game. Save game. Right there. Yes. There we go. We can do like this next time. But sorry, Lena, but I'm gonna say no. How do I fast forward, by the way? Skip ahead. Oh, this means I gotta defeat Lena and maybe Ulyana again. Stochiana is so good. I don't know what that is. Is that like a band thing? Maybe this is fast forward. Oh, here we go. Skip. What do you mean skip? I couldn't even do that last time. Wait. Okay. So I can lose against Ulyana. Well, this is what I did last time, so... At least I won a single round. Skip ahead. I went to the beach last time. Oh, vodka. Oh, I see. You'll have to forgive me. My Russian is... it's bad. Apologies. It's horrible. Quick question, Let's Be Friends. How's the weather in Russia right now? I don't know much about Russia, but I remember it being very cold there. Is it cold at the moment? Look at this view. This is why I wanted to do this again, just to see the night ocean again. That's the real reason. Sorry, promise Lena. Skip ahead, skip ahead. Skip ahead, skip ahead, skip ahead. Who cares? Whoever that is, what's the big deal? I have better things to do. Kill me, please. What does that mean? I'm sorry. Are you still here, QM, by the way? I hope you're having a lovely day. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. I came back to the leader's cabin. Olga was lying lazily on her bed, reading a book. Semyon, what are you doing here? That's what I could ask her, too. I've forgotten something. So I came back. You were absent at the lineup. Oh yeah, I apologize. Alright. Nevertheless, you should do something useful today. Just as I planned. But I have my own vision of what useful means. Weather is kill me, please. It's cold then. I'm gonna assume that means cold. I don't like cold either. It's not really cold here, actually, in the New Yorks. But winter's rough. That's why I'm playing this game, to escape from winter and play through summer. Like? You could go to the square to help with the cleaning. Slavia is in charge there. Strange, I'd just been there and I hadn't seen anyone. Or you could visit the boys at the electronics club. They asked me for a hand. Those fathers of invention again? Finally, you could help at the sports club. What are they up to? They're renewing the pitch, fixing the benches, changing the goal nets, and so on. Honestly, none of those options suited me. Why is she always trying to burden me with work? Seriously, except for Slavia, no one ever works here, while some people in particular are enjoying their free time with a youthful spirit. Every one of the leaders' attempts to keep me busy seems to serve only one purpose, to prevent me from finding out my current location. Really, all the deep and vital questions concerning my existence are swept away by a broom, together with all the rubbish and litter. In my case, taking some time to work would probably pay off, but just like someone suffering gangrene and rejecting an amputation, I will stand by my beliefs. You know, I already have my own arrangements. Oh, really? What kind of arrangements? She bucked up. Well, I can't just tell her what I'm really thinking about. On the other hand, why not? No, it's too dangerous. At least now I can maintain a fragile balance and nothing is threatening me. Everything seems that way. Just as I thought. What exactly thought remains secret. You probably have not realized how important it is to participate in social life. This is the only way to become a pioneer capable of being a role model. I didn't want to sit through another long lecture, so I decided to accept one of the offers. Sometimes the answers in this world can be found in the most unexpected places. Or at least I so wanted to believe. Let me save it really quick. Yes. Yes! So, should I choose for you? The leader's voice turned authoritative. I can do it myself. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Tyler Cat, for the host thing. Yeah, the host. It was a host. I mumbled and left the cabin. I got the lovely host. Do do do. Do 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 do. Just finished your stream? Nice. I hope it was successful. If I do the guys, I'd fall in love with the guys. I hope not. Slavia, she's cool. What's the sports club? I was hoping that I could escape the obligatory work if I pretended that I'm helping the sports club. They obviously have tons of members and can probably do just as well without a single extra pair of hands. You had one viewer and that was Tito. Aw, but still, you had a viewer. Congrats and all that. However, I'd better visit the sports ground. What's wrong with falling in love with a guy? Everything's wrong with falling in love with a guy. It's supposed to be a guy and a girl. Bleh. No, I'm joking. Sports ground, at least I could check there. Just in case Olga finds out that her ideal pioneer slacks off and dodges the community service. You never know. I could imagine worse punishments than a public telling off at a party gathering. I wasn't really planning for that to happen. Yeah, this is nice. This is an alright sports club. There's a net, balance things, those things, you know what they are. And then more of those things. All of a sudden, I saw no cleaning, painting, or repairing but a football match. They were playing 5 versus 6.
Yeah, oh, little girl panties. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah,
yep, she's good, yep, came closer to the pitch.
Hey, come and join us. There's a short one man on the team.
I guess that's what counts as community service here.
We've already...
Excuse me.
We've already finished everything,
said Ulyana, sounding insulted. I looked over the sports ground again. The benches were freshly painted, new nets placed behind the goals. How did they manage to get through all of this stuff?
Come join their team!
Well, given that I escaped the last time, I should indeed play now. Ball at the center. We start. With the very first touch, I put the ball into the top corner with a delicate strike. Actually, it wasn't that difficult. The pitch was at most 50 meters long, and a goalkeeper of the opposing team couldn't even reach the crossbar. You have special patch from Soviet games? Yes, I do. I'm aware of this patch. I'm not in the mood of seeing, naked, anime girls. Or naked anime guys, or naked anime anything. Plus, I want to keep streaming. I don't want my channel to get banned. Do you have the special patch? Or the not special patch? Because if so, you can have it. It's not my thing. I'm still enjoying the story, though. Story is good. Excuse me, my gosh. Sometime later, we tied it up, despite our team being 7 or 8 goals behind at the start. Objectively speaking, one should note that Ulyana's team scored a couple of goals during my time here, too. More precisely, she scored. You couldn't say that she had Ronaldinho's tricks or precise Beckham shots in her pocket. She would just kick the ball open into open spaces, and coming up toward the goal, she just toe punted every time. However, such a dull strategy brought positive results. I could not keep an eye on every opponent, and my teammates were not much help. Patch is a part of the story. I gotcha. Certainly, I played better than all of them, and theoretically, I could have scored as many times as I wanted. But it seemed unsportsmanlike to me. Winning isn't everything. It's taking part that counts, isn't it? But after Ulyana's words,
penalty shootout! The winner wins the game!
I made up my mind that I don't want to lose. At the time, it was 11-9 in our favor, so it wasn't reasonable to object.
You're in goal. I'll shoot. We switch then.
One shot each?
Yes.
Excuse me. I stood at the line and got ready. She took a run and sent it straight into my hands. You're out. Wait, wrong game.
That's not fair.
What's not fair?
I'll shoot again.
Okay, just do it, I said, smiling. The second shot would go better in rugby. One more time?
Absolutely not,
she sniffed.
But you shall never score a goal against me.
We'll see. I put a ball into the low right corner of a goal with a precise kick. Ulyana didn't even move. However, there was no point. Penalty kicks that are uncatchable. Looks like I won. Just to make you jelly, you're eating biscuits right now. Ooh. Well, aren't you a lucky person? Looks like I won. By the way, let's be friends. Is this the Ulyana route? Because if it is, then, whoops. I wanted the Miku route. She answered nothing and just looked at me resentfully. I needed to lighten the mood. Don't get upset. And that's when the music started playing, calling the pioneers for lunch. Burr, 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 burr.
Alright, I'll get even with you some other time.
She laughed, waved her hand, and ran in the direction of the canteen. What about the purple girl? That'll be next, I said. I want to woo Miku first. It's part of the route. So this is the Ulyana route? I juggled the ball a little and followed her. Who is marching forward in a row? Is it our pioneer squad? Pioneer in a row usually march to the canteen in the Savagnac camp. Savagnac. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me, like what happened before. Sword. Swords. Lots of swords in chat. Just so I can eat in peace. And for that I have to at least... Also, she ran off to the canteen. Sounds like something you would do. Cool. But I was pretty sure whatever happens here happens whether I want it to or not. But the canteen was crammed as full as an egg. Olga was standing at the entrance, guarding it like a hawk. Ah! Well, Semyon, were you working hard today? Hard enough. Well done. Truly well done. And the hardest is yet to come. I just bet. Fine, take a seat next to the girls. She pointed at the table next to the pillar. Slavia, Ulyana, and Lena were already sitting there. Not bad company. At least not the worst. I got my meal and went up to them. Do you mind if I sit here? I caught myself sounding a bit clueless. There were no other free places anyway. No, of course not.
Please do.
Lena remained silent. Today the meal consisted of a plate of borscht. I suspected there was some meat lurking in it, but I had no evidence. Some poultry, chances are Chickenus domesticus, with fried potatoes and a traditional glass of compote. I do know what borscht is. You will try. Which route do you want to complete? The Miku route. I want Hatsune Miku. I mean, normal Miku. I found myself liking this local food more and more. I guess I just came to the conclusion that I had no other choice, which means that there's no use in complaining. Thank God there's something to eat. Coming to the ball tonight? I don't know.
You'll come. You got nowhere to go.
Ulyana said happily. You will come for sure.
Of course. I can't miss the opportunity to watch you make a fool of yourself.
She got it right, so I decided not to reply. And what about you? I asked Lena. Yes, she replied briefly. See, you should go too then, said Slavia, as if leaving me no choice.
Don't forget to wear your tailcoat.
What do you do with key in kitchen? I don't remember what I did. I think I took it. I believe I took the key. Apparently, Ulyana was so pleased with her joke that she laughed out loud. But I really had nothing to wear. My wardrobe was just a pioneer uniform and my winter clothes, which would be inappropriate. Even in the evening. And what will you be dressed in, entertainer?
Secret!
Will it be a little dress just like in a kindergarten's manatee? Ulyana turned red. Looks like I managed to offend her.
No, I will wear a biohazard suit, just so I don't catch an infection from you.
I wonder what kind of infection are you afraid of catching from me? That's good. Okay, I'm on the right route then. I hope. Enough, you guys. Don't quarrel.
Idiocy, of course.
Looks like Ulyana was highly pleased with her, as she thought brilliant answer again. You know, if you already have the flu, you can't catch a cold. Keep complete. Gotcha. Two can play at that game.
What are you implying?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. I looked away slyly.
Do you mean that?
She went red again. I don't mean anything. Guys! Given that it was Lena who interfered, it was probably really was time to stop.
You're asking for it. You're gonna get it.
What? You'll finally wise up? Instead of replying, Ulyana grabbed her plate filled with borscht and tipped it over my head. The game met an unexpected finale. Oh, you little... She jumped up and tried to run away. But this time she won't get away. I grabbed her hand. And now what? I can't just smash her head against the table. This pantomime lasted a few seconds. Suddenly, Ulyana skillfully grabbed a glass full of kampa and splashed it in my face. That way she managed to get free of my grip. She dashed off toward the counter, and I chased her. This resulted in several flipping tables, a pile of smashed tableware, 5 pioneers crippled by various injuries, and full exhaustion of both parties. A draw, sort of. A belligerent draw, with too much belligerence. We stood before each other and breathed heavily. Like that. Tell me you won't behave this way again.
And you?
Olga snuck up on us from behind. When you think about it, such a riot, couldn't it go unnoticed? Well, are you satisfied with yourselves now? Her voice appeared to be calm, but I was sure she was just about to explode. And who's gonna clean up all this mess? Exactly what happened. Who, I'm asking you? Who?
Or him.
Replied Ulyana with complete confidence. Her, I objected less confidently. Both. The camp leader brought a conclusive end to the ongoing argument. Generally, I wasn't sure that my share of the blame is more than hers, although Ulyana didn't have a drop of guilt on her face.
Beat it! I'm not cleaning. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Good reference.
This is his fault. He started it first.
No, it isn't.
Oh, yes, it is.
I'm not going to sort out all this nonsense. Semyon, go grab a mop, a bucket, and some cloths, that kind of stuff in the closet. And as for you, she looked at Ulyana with such a burning gaze that I felt sorry for the girl. You, start to pick up the broken tableware immediately. Olga took a deep breath and continued. You're nothing but trouble. How many times have I told you? I decided to skip the lecture and went to the closet that appeared to be near the exit. What about voice in beginning? Come with or not? I think I came with voice. Yeah, I came with the voice. Suddenly a perfect idea flashed in my head. Why don't I just run away? Sure, Olga had caught us already, but I'm not the one to blame. Of course, I'm not the true pioneer she keeps talking about, but in comparison to Ulyana, anyway, she's the principal culprit. It's not like I have nothing better to do than cleaning up the mess here. I have to seek answers. The truth is out there. Somehow flashed through my mind. If I do this, that's not the Miku route. Aww. Fudge. Well, you know what? For some reason or another, I'm stuck with the Ulyana route right now. And I tried to avoid it too. Oh well. Running away is hardly a good idea. For starters, Olga had caught me already, and dashing off would only aggravate my punishment. I'm not gonna stop with like one route. I'll do a couple of routes. It'll be fun. It's gonna be awesome. As well as that, I was indeed partially guilty. Of course, it was all her fault. But if I hadn't reacted like that, probably we could have avoided this thrashing. Probably. We're accidentally on the Ulyana route, everyone. I opened the cabinet and took out a broom, a mop, and a dustpan. Olga wasn't anywhere near Ulyana by the time I returned. She's gone?
Can't you see for yourself?
Ulyana looked upset. All her youthful spirit vanished without a trace. Yeah, right. I'm gonna regret choosing this route, something tells me. Okay, hang on a second. I'll go and wash up a bit myself first. Yeah. I shot her an angry glance and headed toward the exit. I washed the scraps of lunch off myself and returned to the canteen. Well, no escaping it. We have to clean it up.
It's all because of you.
Just a simple gaze from her gave me the creeps. Of course it is. It's me who's guilty of everything. It's me who's a local natural hazard.
Oh, shut up.
Still, it's kind of strange that she's not trying to avoid this cleanup duty. Ulyana had a solid opportunity to just run away and leave me alone, but somehow she did the exact opposite, diligently gathering broken plate fragments, mopping the floor, picking up chairs and tables. In fact, she was so fast that I had a tough time keeping up with her. Well now, aren't you suddenly acting all goody-goody?
It's not like I want to spend the whole day here, you dork.
She sounded irritated. Still sounded irritated. Listen, you've got to understand that you can't behave like that. At least not to such an extent. For some reason, I decided to try and give her a moral lecture.
I haven't done a thing. It was you who was calling me names.
Ulyana grabbed a bucket and a mop and went to the farthest corner of the canteen. Looks like she's still angry. Looking back at the mountain of broken tableware, I finally begin to understand the scope of the catastrophe. We're lucky that at least the forks and spoons are made of metal. We still have something to eat with. But there are hardly any plates left.
Hey,
Ulyana called me with a shout. I went over to her.
I don't get it. Why do you hate me so much?
Her face became so serious that I was ready to believe that it wasn't just yet another trick of hers. Why do you think so?
I have no idea. That's exactly why I'm asking you.
I don't hate you. It's just that sometimes you behave like, well, you know. As simple as that, but still true.
Like what? I have no idea.
She lifted her gaze to me, boiling with curiosity. Well, for starters, what's the big idea in pouring the compound all over me?
You were asking for it.
She smiled for the first time since we started cleaning. Yeah, sure. I heaved a deep sigh. So, what do you expect from others then?
Nothing.
She replied acidly. This discussion was over, so I just continued cleaning up in silence. Excuse me. It took us a few hours to fix up the canteen. At last, all the broken tableware was gone. Chairs and tables were in their designated places. The floor looked clean. We were sitting together with Ulyana next to the food counter, breathing heavily, deservedly resting. Now you see how much effort has to be put in because of a silly trick.
But I'm not tired at all.
Though the sweat pouring down her face told the opposite story. Ulyana, she might actually be alright. But then again, she's just a little kid. Oh well, good for you.
So what are we gonna do next?
I'll pretend that she's like my little sister or something. She's nothing compared to Tita, though. Or Fee, or Milliam. I don't know about you, but I'd rather go...
Nope, that's not all. You have to.
She hesitated.
To help me with another little thing.
Thinking of another silly prank.
You bet.
She was smiling broadly. I'm not your man here. I'm more than fed up with just one punishment for today.
Okay, here's the deal. If you help me now, there won't be any more pranks.
Sure, that was an inviting prospect, but somehow I couldn't bring myself to trust Ulyana even for a moment. Well, it wouldn't hurt to ask. So, what is your cunning plan?
We're gonna steal the candy.
What? I should have expected something like that. Ulyana has another voice? What voice? Like a demon voice? I bet it is. Candy is for kids.
Soon the show will go out to dump the trash. Nobody's gonna see us.
Count me out.
Whatever. I don't know what that voice was, but don't worry about it, alright?
She grunted and turned away.
Then I'll do it myself.
And I won't allow... I couldn't even finish the sentence, as Ulyana already jumped over the counter, ran to the cabinet, opened the door, and started rummaging through it. Hey, cut that. It's not like you haven't got enough problems with Olga. She didn't reply. You won't get away with just cleaning duty for something like that. Ulyana closed the cabinet. She held a huge bag of candy in her hands. Ah, you little, put it back! She stuck out her tongue at me and dashed off through the back door. I couldn't just leave it at that. I darted off in pursuit. Way better than a demon voice. Oh, I can't wait. I'm ready. Sure, the girl had quite a head start, but I still funneled all my energy into the chase. I won't lose her again. We ran through the square, turned at the music club building, and came out onto the forest trail. I'd almost caught Ulyana when she stopped abruptly. I couldn't pull up as sharply, so I crashed into her, sending us sprawling. We rolled down onto the grass. Gotcha! I gave a victorious shout. No, you didn't, she replied with an ashamed tone. Was that the voice? No, you didn't. Oh, Ultima, I love you. Like that. It's time to action. Oh, God. Ulyana was lying under me. Her face was right next to mine. I felt her erratic breath and the heat of her body. Sure, right now she's only a child, but soon enough she'll become a woman. It was pretty embarrassing.
You gonna rape me?
Okay. Well, see you later, everyone, she said, coming back to her senses. You want me to? Anyway, it was more like a game to her.
Sure do.
Why? Do I need to skip this, guys? She gave a cunning smile and snorted quietly. Or was it just my imagination? I'm not really in the mood.
Whatever.
Ulyana reached up and bit me on the nose. And now I am dead. I wasn't expecting that and even pulled back a little. My nose ripped off and I was bleeding. Just a moment of hesitation was enough for her to wrestle out and run a dozen feet away. You love her now? Good God. What have I done? I should have started over with Miku route.
Watch it. You're gonna regret this later.
I am gonna regret this later. She laughed out loud and disappeared into the woods. The candy bag was left lying on the ground near me. I wonder if she dropped it on purpose. Miku, Alyssa, and Uvao are way better. So this is just the start. This is just round 1. It's getting near dinner time, so I had to hurry up and return the candy. And preferably, very preferably, stay under the radar. Of course I'll explain the situation. It was Ulyana who had stolen them. But who's gonna believe me? Olga was already waiting for me at the entrance of the canteen. Good job, Semyon. On what? I hid the bag of sweets behind my back. The bag was transparent and too big to put it in my pocket. I was talking about the cleanup. Everything is clean and tidy. Well, yeah. And where is Ulyana? I wish I knew. She'll come soon. Okay, then, go and have your dinner. I entered the canteen. To my utter lack of surprise, it was full, with the same students sitting in the exact same places. Now I really don't know how to return the bag without being noticed. Sure, I could do it in the evening, but what do I do with it now? Semyon! Excuse me. I turned around. Slavia was in front of me. Wow, what's that? She looked at the bag and She looked at the bag that I didn't manage to hide in time. Caught red-handed, or more like sweet-handed. Time to prepare for a scolding. These are sweets. Where from? I stole them, damn it. Got them from Ulyana. Oh, I see. Same old song and dance? What do you mean? It's not the first time she's stolen sweets. And why am I not surprised? Let me handle this. Thanks. Slavia saves the day yet again. She took the bag and headed to the buffet. The Wobbuffet. I had no desire to listen to what she was going to say while returning the sweets, so we started to look around the canteen looking for a place to sit. It seems that I will have to share dinner with Electronic and Shurik. There were no more places to sit. Hey guys, how you doing? What's happening, gentlemen? Every time I had to deal with them, I got an itching desire to tease them, or at least drop some cheeky or cocky banter. It might be too risky to behave that way, but the Electronic brothers were my primary source of positive emotions. How are you doing? Fine, what about you? Hits and misses. Did something happen? Lots of stuff. Mind sharing? Nah, some other time maybe. Suit yourself. He made a helpless gesture. We're going to the ball after dinner. Electronic giggled. Hee. I know that. Who would you want to ask out? I hadn't thought about it yet. What about you? It seems like this question caught him off guard. Ask Ulyana, that would make her happy. No, thanks. Electronic furiously waved his hands. And you, Shurik, you gotta ask Alyssa out. Thanks, I'll pass. He looked calmer than his mate. Oh, come on, guys, it'd be fun. And in any case, we've got things to do. We still have to finish the robot. Oh, that's a marvelous idea. Ask your robot out. Can it dance? It can't even walk yet. Shurik probably missed the point completely. Why, it would be a great demonstration of our achievements in front of the camp. And what would we show to them? Yeah, you're right. They both stared at their plates disappointedly. I'm gonna save it just in case, like, another thing is, like, presented to me. Here, right? Yeah, here. Yeah, here. Back. Everyone disappeared. I was all alone now. Dinner was over, and the pioneers started to disperse. What will you wear for the ball? A yashiric and electronic. We don't have anything special to wear. We'll go as we are. He indicated his pioneer uniform. They don't seem to care about their appearance at all. Well, why should I care then? Wearing my winter clothes isn't an option, so I'll just go like this. When does it start? After 9 o'clock. Got it. I left the canteen and deeply inhaled the fresh evening air. I remember those rare dances I used to go to at school. Hesitation, insecurity, even fear. I couldn't dance. I didn't even know. Gotta stretch. If someone had invited me, I wouldn't dare to invite someone myself. All in all, I felt pretty uncomfortable about it, and it was even more unpleasant to watch others having fun. It wasn't envy. More like it was a disconcerting feeling that people were able to enjoy something so odd for me. I thought that there was still lots of time till the ball, so I could sleep a little to be fresh in the evening. Entering the camp's leader's cabin, I flopped onto the bed instantly and shut my eyes. Good night. The ball was over. Oh well. Strangely enough, I got up right on time even without an alarm. The clock was showing 9. Such a rare thing to happen. I felt sluggish, though. Probably it wasn't the best idea to sleep during the day after all. Well, I have to go. In couple of minutes, I was standing at the square. The loudspeakers and some DJ equipment were installed near the monument, and the trees were decorated with light strings. You can't see them here, though. Sorry. Typical country ball. A lot of pioneers were around, but no familiar faces, so I just sat on a bench and waited. I don't have to dance. Oh wait, there is stuff, like right here. There's still no things on the trees, though. I don't have to dance after all. Maybe I'll be able to just sit and chat with someone.
Hey there, sad face.
Ulyana, here to suggest something?
Come on, let's dance.
It's way too early. There isn't even any music yet.
Blah, you're so boring.
Yeah, I'm not the merriest person for such an event. She ran away, so Ulyana did wear something like an evening dress. Pretty funny. Hi, Slavia. Hey. She sat down by my side. How's the evening? Fine. Why are you so sad? I'm not. Okay, well, dancing will surely cheer you up. Maybe. Don't forget to save one dance for me. She laughed and ran towards the music equipment. The situation was getting serious. I wouldn't be able to sit through the whole dance party. Hi. Lena came closer. There's your girl, Tyler Cat. Lena came closer. Oh, hi, you're here too. Is that such a wonder? Yes. Okay. Gonna light this party up? The joke fell flat. Lena blushed and looked down. Well, maybe that's not the best idea, setting things on fire. Okay, then I guess I'll... Yeah? She left. Semyon looks like the girl of Frozen. Semyon? Semyon's my character. Semyon's a dude. It looks like the whole camp was at the square. The pioneers formed large groups, talked, joked around, and laughed. Ho 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 ho. At the DJ's panel, Ulyana argued loudly with Olga about the playlist for the evening. Game releases in 2013. Aha, see? So it's not. Or maybe it is. Ooh, this is nice. And here it is. The music started to play. I didn't know the band or the song, but if you ask me, I really felt that I tag it Soviet pop classics. The girl with the blonde hair, that's Slavia. That's someone else. Slavia looks like Frozen girl. Gotcha. Elsa. The pioneers just stood there for some time as if not hearing the music. It's always hard to take the first step, especially if you're pretty sure that you'll be the one who would take it. Ulyana seemed not to grasp that simple truth. She reached the center of the square with a few bounds and cried out loud,
What are you standing around for?
and started to wiggle ridiculously. Wiggle is the exact word. You couldn't find a better one. It looked so silly and funny that I couldn't resist laughing. She noticed it.
Hey, Semyon!
I pretended I couldn't hear her.
Stop pretending. Come over here.
I kept ignoring her. The pioneers slowly realized that they weren't too sexy for this party and started to dance. I looked really silly from my point of view, shaking one's arms and legs to the beat of long forgotten hits. Come on, get real. Of course I couldn't dance at all, but this thing couldn't be called a dance either. Hey Semyon, what are you sitting there for? Don't you want to dance? I was so deep in thoughts that I hadn't even noticed Slavia. Not really. Are you sure? She smiled. Maybe later. Damn, what am I even doing here? Slavia left. I probably should not refuse her after everything she did for me, but I wasn't made for such activities. Hey, look at this. What a niceness. The pioneers kept on dancing. At least they liked the ball. Olga danced too. I consider that not really appropriate. The leader has to keep order around, especially since she's not 17. Olga came over to me as if she felt that someone doubting her professionalism. Why are you not dancing? I don't really want to. Your choice, she smiled cunningly. Then I have a perfect task for you. A task which is... Any other activity seemed better than dancing. You cleaned the canteen well today, but I think you haven't fully atoned yet. Ulyana.
What?
Come here. Ulyana came over to us reluctantly. I see you've had enough dancing for a long time to come.
No, I haven't.
She was sweating like a pig, so it seemed like the leader was right. I have a task for you and Semyon.
But Olga,
Ulyana begged.
it's dance time now and it's late.
It won't take much time. Slavia was sorting the books in the library but hadn't finished. You have only a couple of shelves to do.
But...
Ulyana out? Yeah. Oh well. That's fine with me. No buts. No buts allowed. For goodness sake. I don't like public work, but dancing, I'm ready. Good job, Semyon. That's my boy. A real pioneer. You should follow his example, Ulyana. Ulyana didn't appreciate such an example, though. So do it. The whole camp is relying on you.
I'll remember this.
She hissed. The camp in the evening was beautiful. Oh, that's a skull. This is the entrance to the poison room. Silence and peace calmed me. Only the distant music from the square reminded that I'm not alone here. And Ulyana, who just came back. You could do this cleaning in your dress, though. I grinned. You won't see Miku route? Aww. Next time. I'll do Miku route next time, though. And then after that will be Lena.
This is all your fault.
She breathed heavily and her face was as red as a tomato, so I wouldn't have been surprised if steam started coming out of her ears.
It is all...
Or wasn't?
It is all your fault.
Why me again? English. It's alright, don't worry. We can understand ya. If only you'd been quiet. I wanted to see the Miku route. I wanted to do it, but this is the choice I've made, and I'm gonna stick with it. It's like a Telltale game. You gotta stick with your choices. What would have changed? She'd make us do it anyway. She wasn't able to speak normally and just hissed. So what if I kept silent? Do you think she would let you keep on having fun? Ulyana looked at me. She seemed to calm down a bit. Really?
Really? You don't care at all. You can't even dance.
So what if I can't?
If you had danced with me, it would have been fun.
She returned to her usual childlike mode. You completed... Yeah. Let's Be Friends is from Russia, by the way, Tyler Cat. And they completed all the routes. All the routes. This is a Russian game, by the way. I figured that out. a while ago. I might have, but you see how the things turned out. We won't have a chance to see who is a better dancer. We approached the library. It was already dark outside. I was slightly surprised by Olga's request, or more like an order, to sort the books at night. This is so bizarre. There was no light inside and the switch didn't work, unpleasantly clicking with every push. Ugh, it's scary. It might have actually worked properly, but the lights weren't turning on.
Wait, I'll get the candles.
There we go, this is nice. See, what a nice game this is. Besides the one jump scare, this is a nice game. I was just about to ask how she knows where the candles and matches are, when two small lights appeared on the table next to me.
That's better.
Ulyana said, satisfied with herself. What's next?
What's what next?
She looked at me inquiringly. What will we do next?
How should I know?
She chuckled. Great. I walked around the bookcases. Olga said something about a couple of shelves. Oh, that's the language? I don't even know what that says. I could Google Translate that, but that's on my phone, not my computer. Hopefully you said something nice and not like, Ultima's an idiot or something. Olga, a couple of shelves. I touched the books and made sure that there was no dust on them. It looked like someone did a really good job before us. Having examined the whole library, I didn't find anything to clean. The leader must have made a mistake. Suddenly I heard footsteps from behind. The old, cracked floor was squeaking, so Ulyana wasn't able to sneak up on me unnoticed.
Boo!
I turned around. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Please!
Oh, whatever.
She turned away resentfully. Looks really clean in here, so the dimly illuminated... Not something bad. Thank you. Thank you for not saying something bad. Rows of books looked at me reproachfully. Unknown authors from long-forgotten years. I wonder if anyone still remembers them. Xenia must remember. I'm sure that she remembers everything.
Okay, sit down.
Google Translate, it says, Written worked well in his depression and alcoholism too. Yep. That's right. But what does it mean, though? Like, who's written? Retain. Rattan? Rattan. Ulyana moved a chair over to me. I sat on it. So what's next?
Let's tell scary stories to each other. We have 2 chairs and 2 candles, so there should be 2 stories. One's mine and one's yours.
Okay, I agreed without thinking. I hadn't the slightest intention of going back to the dance and going. By my experience, there was nothing to do in the camp at night. Rattan is Dreamtale. I gotcha. That's pretty cool. Author of Everlasting Summer. Oh, I see. So Everlasting Summer worked well, and that stuff too. I gotcha. Especially as I know a couple of nice stories which would be able to really scare Ulyana, and that was awesome. You first.
Okay.
She made herself comfortable, embraced the chair back with her arms, moved the candles close to her face as possible, and sat in a chair a weird way. Once upon a time, in a village far away, lived a boy. Just a normal boy. He went to school, played with other children. There was nothing special about him. One day, he made a bet with his friend that he wasn't scared to go to the abandoned house. Ulyana left a long pause. So, what was in that house?
Don't interrupt me.
Inventing it on the fly, she pouted her lips and continued. They say a witch have lived in that house, and people still see her ghost there in the night. Nobody knew for sure, but everybody was scared. The boy had said that it was all nonsense and that he was ready to spend the whole night in there. So he did, but he didn't return in the morning. He was found hanged. Ulyana stopped talking again. Thrilling. Did he hang himself with his shoelaces? I said skeptically. She frowned again. Is that the end?
Of course not.
They buried the boy. This way, the way it was supposed to be. The coffin and stuff. His relatives and friends grieved, but they couldn't bring him back. They tried to do the Mewtwo thing with the tears, but they couldn't bring him back. Scary? Don't be scared, let's be friends. Don't be scared, it's okay. After a few days, people started to disappear in the village. Nobody knew how or why. They just vanished into thin air. The villagers wanted to call the police, but a friend of that boy who hanged himself in the witch's house told him that he'd seen the boy. Nobody believed him at first. But people kept on disappearing. Then the villagers decided to dig up the coffin. There were long nail scratches on the inside of the lid, but there was no body. There was no body in the coffin. Where did he go? Ulyana moved the candle away from her and made a scary face, or at least what she thought was scary. In the end, all of the villagers disappeared, and occasional passerby near the witch's house tell that they saw 2 ghosts. Ulyana blew out her candle and stopped talking. So scary, oh my god. I know, Ulyana, calm down with these ghost stories, man. Girl, gotta relax. Looks like the story was finished. Wonderful. There, I applauded. Me, Ultima, applauded. Not quite Pulitzer Prize-worthy, but...
Are you scared? Frightened?
Oh, I'm just shivering all over.
Oh, whatever. Tell your story then. I'm sure I won't even flinch.
I collected my thoughts and decided to tell a story that I had read on the blog of an acquaintance of mine a few months back. He was quite a good storyteller. At least I liked his style, so success was guaranteed. I certainly didn't remember the story word for word, so I told it with my own words. There is a faraway space station, the last boundary of humanity, located on the border with a hostile civilization. That's not how to spell that word, by the way. The 3rd month of the ceasefire. Or is it how it's spelled? I don't even know. Meme review? No, I'm okay. No meme reviews necessary here. It can't be really called a ceasefire. More like not a war. A small group of survivors is exhausted by a long siege. On one hand, they can't retreat, leaving the outpost. On the other hand, they understood that they won't last even a minute if the enemy attacks. Despair is the best word to describe their situation. The food is running out, there is ammo only for a few shots, which will only seem like greeting fireworks. There is only plenty of air and water, owing to the regeneration systems. Yeah, people didn't talk to each other for weeks at a time. They may just not see the point of wasting their time on communication while death is at the door. Or behind meters thick station armor, to be precise. Is it really better to just wait for the rescue or enemy's attack? Both outcomes will lead to the end of this torture. The situation looks like a chess game against an invisible enemy. It's the hardest part. Endgame. Civilization is how you spell it. It doesn't look right though. Why doesn't it look right to me? Never mind. Spelled right. Any wrong move will lead to defeat, yours or the enemy's. But does the enemy know about it? They may be afraid of making a wrong move too. Meanwhile, the humans may move their king, but only 1 square forward and then 1 square back again. Any other move will automatically lead to defeat. A step forward is an implied threat to attack, and a step backward is a deliberate necessity of defense. The game would be much easier if the opponent was sitting in front of you. Even an experienced chess player can't hide nervous eye movements, the occasional drop of sweat or shaky hands. On the one hand, everything is futile. Everyone realizes that the situation is hopeless, because no one would decide to make a move to escape the imminent defeat. On the other hand, when seeing the opponent in front of you, understanding that he is totally like you and can make a mistake, you can more easily stake everything. The opponent may feel the same difficulties. These are the circumstances. They're playing chess? How is this scary? Well, it's a space station and they're gonna die or something. There are a few circumstances of the few men and women on the edge of the universe. There were no orders from headquarters for several days. though the last orders had contained nothing useful, only the usual demand to keep on defending. 1 square forward, 1 square backward, swinging of an eternal pendulum. At the beginning of the 4th month, the commander decided to retreat. He reasons that the lives of his soldiers are more important than the mythical ideals of humanity. No one will judge him for this. Moreover, they can't change anything. The preparations don't take much time. The greatest asset you can save from a sinking ship is your life. The whole station crew board the rescue vessel. The launch sequence starts. 3, 2, 1, and nothing. The bay doors don't open. They send mechanics to check for malfunctions, but they don't find anything. The door should open, but they don't open the 2nd time or the 3rd time. The commander orders his crew to leave the station in rescue pods, but they can't launch either. They explain it as a technical malfunctions. The crew tries to communicate with headquarters in vain. After a few days, the executive officer notices that there is nothing on the radars. Nothing at all. No planets, no asteroids, no enemy ships. Just an endless darkness. They run out of food in a month. Everyone thinks that this is the end, but no one dies. Not after a day, a week, not even after a month. As if there is no need for food to sustain human life. At this moment, the majority of the crew goes insane. Some of them just stay in their rooms and pray. Some wander around the station. Some try to commit suicide. But neither point-blank shot with a plasma gun, nor hydro-tank diving, not even simply slitting the veins brings any result. They're in a black hole. Yeah, maybe. Days pass by, months or maybe years. Nobody keeps a track of time. Insane people recover their minds again, and normal people go insane. It repeats many times. In the end, the crew accepts its condition. They start to make up occupations. Theatrical staging, sports tournaments, readings of self-written books. A lot of family couples appear, and many more break up. It is an infinite flow of time, an enclosed loop of a human life, and only the darkness on the radar reminds them of the emptiness outside. But there is an emptiness inside of the station, too. In the end, people stop living. They just lie in their rooms and sleep. Not 24/7 at first, but as the time goes by, they learn to fall into a trance. Every person has his own dreams. One returns to his childhood, one gets his lost love back, and one defends the ideals of humanity with a blaster in his hands, and some others just wander in space. Shabby from skirmishes with the enemy, a rescue vessel docks within the station. The boarding squad gets inside. The whole station looks like a piece of scrap metal, which has floated in space for thousands of years. The reactor has shut down a long time ago. There were marks of laser shots on the walls. The equipment was all smashed. They found decayed skeletons of people who died horribly defending the frontier of humanity in almost every room. And only one cryptic message sent to the headquarters implied that something was wrong. Hello, admittedly depressed Cupcake. What's up? Or Tyler the Gaming. How are you? It's a close game right now, so scary. I'm sorry. But you know what? We gotta get through this. We gotta get through this story. Save us. We just want to die. We did it. We did it, guys. The story is done. I finished the story and looked at Ulyana. Her face was concealed by the darkness. You're traumatized? Oh, why are you traumatized? What's up? The story? That you saw like a couple seconds of? So that's the story. I blew out the light. Ulyana shrieked, rose up, and threw herself toward me. We fell on the floor. What's up with you? Nothing. Everybody's a little creepy. Yep. Oh, yeah, shivering. What's wrong with you, silly thing? Panda, it's just a story, not real. You stupid stories. Cuddle to me more. Were you that scared? Yeah, frankly, non-disaster. Everything's alright. It heals all wounds. Listen, say, man. Never mind, it's nothing. She put her face in my chest. No, Rule 34. Get Rule 34 out of here. Just watch the Red Wedding episode of Game of Thrones. Oh, jeez. I'm afraid to ask what happened. But it's the Game of Thrones, so probably some very bloody red things happened. Minutes passed. Okay, I understand. Maybe we should go? I listen. Ulyana started. Hey, wake up. Can you fall asleep? Wake up. No reaction. Yeah. Oh, little girl panties. Yeah, cool. I love it. Yeah, cool.
This is all I wanted as a kid. All I wanted. Yes, yes, give me more.
I'm joking. I don't want that. Day 4. Wait, I got a phone call. Hang on. What's that? I'm on some kind of watch list now? What are you talking about? Alright. I'll try and skip through the scenes faster, I guess. Fine, bye-bye. Alright, I'm back, guys. Don't worry about it. You won't have or don't have, bruh. 34 with Ulyana. Oh, thank God. That's good. I felt warmth in my dream. It happens sometimes. Your brain is not completely awake yet. But you still... Huh. Still with one L. Are you gonna tell me that's right now? Yeah, sorry, Tyler Cat. You can have Rule 34 with Ulyana, but not me. Feel the sun shining in your eyes, and when you wake up, you blink for some time to get used to the light. It was a wonderful morning. The birds were singing, the air was fresh and fragrant, and the world was bathed in daylight. With Alyssa, Lena, Slavia, Miku, Uvao, but not with Ulyana, because she's young. Good. I'm not dating a little girl. I'm just, being friends. We're being friends, guys. We'll date everyone else, but we're friends with Ulyana. I'd stay in bed for some time longer, but something was not quite right. How yesterday evening's events flashed through my mind. Scary and not so scary stories. Ulyana.
Don't. I was going to worry after all. Who wanted to go to the library? Sit back a couple of minutes. No one is going to wake up. It's interesting. And did it for himself at all? And trouble. Wake up to him and wake up carefully. Meanwhile, of course, we're going to have to save us. Ending up seems workable. Moving strongly. Officers unconscious. Okay, we're good. I barely managed to crouch behind a bookstand and hide Ulyana when the library door opened. Xenia was standing on the doorstep. She seemed a bit overcommitted to her work, since she is coming at the crack of dawn. Wait, I heard a familiar voice. Huh? A visitor? So she indeed does have reason to come here. Why couldn't she come yesterday, or today, but later? Science waits for nobody. Science. It was electronic. Hold on for a sec, I'll find it. She headed toward us. I barely managed to turn Ulyana around so that she wasn't on my back. She was on my back and crawled on all fours to a nearby bookshelf, where I collapsed and tried to catch my breath. Nobody's banning for this, thank goodness. Why are you skipping everything? Because I don't want panty shots in my stream, that's why. Panty shots are not allowed. What was it, cybernetic mathematics? Or mathematical cybernetics? It seems she didn't notice us. I'd like something about the electronic bombardment or photovoltaics. Are you crazy? Why would we have something military? That's not military at all. For some time they both were silent. Xenia? What? Let's go down to the river tonight. What for? Well, just... I have a lot of things to do. Come on, get moving, you robot is waiting for you. Okay. The door slammed. The door slamming was like an epitaph for electronics love struggles. As I said, not banning. Alright, fine. I'm still skipping them, though. Seems like he's not a cold-blooded robot after all. I chuckled quietly. Anyway, laughter seems a bit inappropriate. We have to escape the library somehow. Waiting until Xenia goes for breakfast seems to be the easiest solution at the moment. She's a communist labor worker, after all. Not one of electronics' mythical robots. She has to at least eat sometime. Meanwhile, Ulyana wasn't going to wake up. At least she's not snoring anymore. What's this music? La 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 la. La 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 la. The library was silent. I didn't see Xenia, but was more or less satisfied with the situation. All of a sudden, incomprehensible noises came from her desk. Clicks, cracks, and... music started. The Soviet anthem? Just great. It would have been alright if not for Xenia, who was starting to sing along. United forever in friendship and labor. I could only envy her patriotic feelings. Unfortunately, she had some vocal issues. The Soviet pop scene definitely didn't miss out on a star called Xenia.
The anthem ended, and an unfamiliar voice started to talk about the overachievements of a 5-year plan of crop harvesting. It was a radio, obviously. I started listening attentively. Maybe they would say something interesting, like where the heck I am. But after the list of agriculture achievements, the voice started to disappear and was gone in a few minutes. Signal disturbance, probably. Xenia stood up and headed toward us. The situation's hitting rock bottom. I managed to unclench Ulyana's grip with a titanic struggle. I was free to go, but it was so cramped from all the crouching that I didn't have the strength to get up. It's time to prepare for the worst and start thinking of excuses. Suddenly, the steps stopped. Seems like Xenia was standing on the other side of the bookshelf. I heard the sound of books rustling. Probably... This music. This music. I love it. Probably she's looking for something. She took a book and returned to her desk. The door slammed open. Semyon? Have you seen him? Olga was definitely out of breath. Ulyana? No. Xenia answered with surprise. The door was slammed as loudly as the previous time. Seems like everyone is looking for us, and Xenia will start to look around the library. Okay. That was a little loud. But fortunately, that very moment the bell sounded in the distance, calling pioneers for breakfast. Xenia, being a punctual person, decided not to linger and left the library in a few minutes. There was only me and Ulyana in the library, and it was time to decide what to do with her. I left her. No longer afraid of being caught, I bent down and shouted in her ear, "Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey!"
Holy crap!
She instantly jumped and started to look around. If somebody want music name, I want to play. That's the name of it. Makes sense. This is a playful tune, after all. Noticing me, Ulyana's eyes widened.
What are you doing here?
Playing as spies. Huh? Never mind. Did you sleep well?
Yes.
Seems she's not yet completely conscious. Breakfast?
Yes.
Wasn't there a warning at the beginning of the game that said that everyone's 18 plus? What about Ulyana? She's not 18 plus. Unless she is, and she's just small. We left the library. At last. Now it was certain that I won't have to explain about the what, how, and why of Ulyana and myself being there all night long.
Sorry for falling asleep like that.
It's alright. I guess my words sounded too insecure because she looked at me with disbelief.
Wait a minute. What were you doing in there all this time?
You wouldn't believe me.
Wait a moment. That means...
Ulyana giggled, stepped away from me, and shouted loudly.
I'm the first for breakfast!
Not a big surprise after such a deep sleep. Who cares if she's 18 or not? I do! 'Cause I don't want to get in trouble here. I said, but Ulyana already couldn't hear me, being far ahead. It was unusually crowded near the canteen. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that pioneers loved as much as the canteen, but why were they all crowding on the porch? I came closer and tried to find out what's happening. It looked like all the camp had gathered at the porch. They were all the familiar girls, Olga, and Electronic. They were having a lively discussion. I drew closer. Ah, Semyon, where on earth have you been? I waited for you all day long and all night long and haven't been searching since early morning. Ulyana told me that you left the library together yesterday. I looked at Ulyana. She was grinning acrimoniously. Yeah, you only have to be 16 in Australia, haha. Well, I'm 28, so that's even worse right now. Well, we'll deal with this later. Have you seen Shurik today? Nope, what's the matter? We haven't been able to find him since early morning. Disappearing pioneers, well, that's something new. Somebody in Russia in 12? True. So she's 12 years old, Ulyana is? But he was with you yesterday. She was talking to Electronic. Yes, he was. So you woke up this morning and he wasn't anywhere to be found? You're moving to Russia? Jeez. No. Why didn't you come to me immediately? Well, I thought that he got up earlier and went to wash up or something. Did he mention anything yesterday? Interjected Slavia. For example, That he was going somewhere, for instance? Nope. What exactly is so horrifying about that? It's only 9 a.m. He might have decided to go for a walk. You don't know Shurek. She looked over at me seriously. Well, no, I don't. Not Ulyana. How old is the Ulyana in this game? But I didn't see anything suspicious in this situation. Okay, let's stop panicking. We'll find him.
How could he miss breakfast?
Ulyana grinned. Exactly. Time to eat anyway. The pioneers proceeded into the canteen, but I was stopped by Olga. And you, Semyon, please stay here. Yeah? Would you care to explain where you've been all night? Officially from 16, but... Okay. I gotcha. Well, this is the thing I hadn't thought about. True, this couldn't have gone by unnoticed. I could have thought of some clear explanation at least. But I hadn't. Well, me and Ulyana were placing the books on the shelves, but then she locked me there and ran away. I was stuck in there until morning. I was at the library today, and I didn't see you there. If someone wants, well, you gotcha. Oh, jeez. I'm kind of aware of that. Well, I left quietly. And why is Ulyana telling me something completely different? What might that be? You know what her stories are like. Yes, you might be right. The camp leader paused for a moment. Just don't think this means I believe you. I didn't think that. Okay, we'll deal with it later. I won't forget. It's more important to find Shurek now. Yeah, dismissed. Dismissed. Yet again, I had no choice where to fit in. The only free place was at the table with Alyssa and Ulyana. Take a seat. She pointed at the chair next to her. I sat down. Aren't you
gonna get your food?
Good idea. I hadn't thought about that. Today's breakfast didn't look much different from yesterday's, but it looked more appetizing. Or maybe I was just very hungry. Or maybe I was eager to finish it off as soon as possible to avoid yet another Ulyana prank.
Wanna go to the beach with us today?
When?
Right after breakfast.
Generally speaking, relaxation wasn't on my agenda today, but if I was going to spend my time thinking, why shouldn't I do it while getting a suntan? Sure, why not? Cool.
Cool.
She smiled nicely. I bet you're planning another prank?
No, not at all.
Ulyana waved her hands at me. She sure is. Alyssa grinned. She's always like that.
No way.
I think she's right.
Nobody believes me.
Ulyana took her tray of dirty dishes and stood up.
Enjoy your meal.
Get ready. What? What's going on? She said in such a way which left no doubt. Nothing good awaits me today at the beach. Me and Alyssa were left alone. You know, I guess I shouldn't go with you after all. Why is that? Well, I've got something to do. And what exactly would that be? She looked in my eyes and I couldn't even find an appropriate excuse. Beach is so Rule 34 coming? Oh no. Should I skip, like, as fast as I can? Or is it... God, I'm not gonna like this, am I? Hello, comrades. Hey, you, Deus. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Hope you're having a lovely time. I don't even have a swimsuit. Try mine. No. You think it will fit me? Give it a try. I don't think it's worth the effort. Don't be a wimp. We'll find you some swimming trunks. Those words only added to my fear. No. You're gonna love it, Ulti? Wait for me by the canteen. I'll be back soon. Okay. Don't skip. There's nothing wrong with waiting for her, is there? Finishing my breakfast, I left the building and sat on the stairs. Pioneers, all having their own business, hurried past me, one by one. Go na. Harass HD, don't skip. Oh God. Remember, I want to stream this game for a long time, or I want to be streaming for a long time. I want to have a long streaming career. I don't want to get banned for rules. No one even looked in my direction. It seems they didn't consider me a stranger, but exactly the opposite. Just another teenager their age. Their comrade, you could say. Deus has got the popcorn ready. I caught myself thinking that I had started to consider this camp and its inhabitants with not as much caution as I had on the other day. Indeed, Alyssa was back in a couple of minutes. Ready? Ready for what? She gave me the trunks, though you could hardly call them trunks. They looked like pink boxers decorated with butterflies and flowers. Actually, they were boxers. I'm almost afraid to ask, but where did you get these? Too scared to put them on? Well, you know, I have not the slightest intention of doing so. I appreciated her joke, but wasn't going to make myself a laughingstock. Put them on, she said roughly. This music again. Why don't you try them on instead of me? I think that the color of this swimsuit would set off your eyes very nicely. Let's make a bet. I had no desire to accept her bets. No thanks. Alright, you either go to the beach wearing them or you swim naked. Weighing the pros and cons, even the second option seems better than the first. I'm not planning to go anywhere at all. Oh, then I'll tell everyone that you left these trunks in my cabin. Why would I do that? How should I know? She burst into laughter. Ha 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 ha. I didn't want to argue with Alyssa, so I decided to go to the beach in the end. But not in those flamboyant trunks. Okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Don't be late. She ran off after saying that. I don't know what you guys are saying, so hopefully it's it's good stuff. I dragged my feet to the leader's cabin to get a towel and to hopefully find something like trunks. Olga was waiting for me in the room. Simeon, did you hear anything about Shurik? Same as half an hour ago. Excuse me. I walked to my bed and took a towel. Are you going somewhere? Yes, to the beach. Wait, do you have swimming trunks? You came here without any luggage, as I recall. Strange. That fact didn't seem to surprise her during our first encounter. No. So what will you wear? Good question. What? I don't know. Wait a minute. She walked to the wardrobe and unlocked a drawer. In a moment she had a pair of normal black trunks. Where did she get those? More importantly, why? Someone from the previous session might have forgotten them. Considering all the strange things in this camp, it wasn't really surprising to find men's swimming trunks in Olga's room. I'm out of breath, guys. Thanks. The trunks were just my size. Cool. I like it my size. I got changed behind the cabin and went to the beach. We're at the beach! Woo! A lot of pioneers had already gathered there, but I recognized only Alyssa and Ulyana. Come here! I walked over to them and sat on the sand. I see you found something better. She stared at my trunks and smirked. As you can see...
Come on, let's swim!
I don't want to. Maybe later. I was not a fan of swimming. Suit yourself. The girls ran into the water. Why did I come here? Why am I not out looking for answers? Should I care about it now? Saw von Yak seems normal. Certainly a lot of strange things have happened to me during these 3.5 days, but not one of them taken separately seemed to be all that supernatural. Now it's time to action. Since I didn't get any closer to finding so much as a clue, on the contrary, everything that has happened has only confused me more. What alternatives do I have? I won't get away from the local residents, truth from the local residents, though I doubt they even know it. Should I try to leave this place? But how far can I walk considering that I don't even know where I am? Turns out that my only option is to wait. After some time, the girls came back. Ulyana held something in her hands. Look! I looked up and saw a crayfish. Just a normal crayfish. Oh, that was the scene in the trailer. That's a cool crayfish. Ulyana lay next to me and started to torment it. Leave the poor animal alone.
Why?
Why?
Why? It's just a crayfish.
So what? It has a right to live too. It has googly eyes. Googly-eyed crayfish.
I'll rip its claws off and ask the cook to boil it for dinner.
As if we have nothing else to eat. I looked at Alyssa. She seemed to be totally uninterested in Ulyana's fun with the poor sea creature. Tell her. What's wrong? It's a crayfish. It deserves it. Good God. No. It looked like the girls missed their lessons on nature in primary school and lacked empathy for the environment.
Give it!
Give it. I snatched the crayfish off Ulyana.
Suit yourself!
I was a little surprised she didn't resist. I looked into the eyes of the poor animal. They didn't express anything at all. But I thought that if it could speak, it would certainly be outraged. Maybe it would even go to the Unconvention of Human Rights. UN Convention, yeah. To tell the truth, I wasn't sure that would help. I took the crayfish to the river and set it free.
Never mind, I'll catch more. There are plenty of them here,
said Ulyana. I know that's what she said. That was her name there. No doubt about it. I mumbled. Mumble, blah, 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 blah. Like that. That's how I mumbled. Time passed, and I was getting sleepy. I fell asleep. I don't remember what I was dreaming about, if I was dreaming at all. But I woke up when somebody shook my shoulder. Heyo. Olga stood next to me. Did you come to swim too? I asked, still half asleep. No. It's almost time for lunch and we still can't find Shurik, the leader said, standing before me in a wet swimsuit. And? I want you to look for him. It seems like I'm the only pioneer in this entire camp. I was sincerely outraged. You're talking in Slovak. You love this. I wish I could speak it, though. Like, what are you guys saying? If you don't mind, can you attempt, English speak? If you can't, that's fine. I won't. I'll just continue reading the bops. I mean, the visual novel. Chego. I don't know what that means. Sorry. I know 0% Russian language. Outrage. Every time I was getting clearer that Olga considered me her errand boy, to be used like a slave. Or vice versa. Reen should have come here from, your bad spiker, like speaker. That's fine. If I came to you, then I want you to help me. Why exactly me? However, after giving it some thought, I decided to agree. After all, my shoulders, back got sunburned while I was sleeping, and searching for Shurik would let me get acquainted with unexplored locations of the map. Whew, okay. It was not exactly right to wander around wearing only swimming trunks, so I should get changed first. Yeah, guess what? This game just took your Rule 34 beach scene and told it to shove it. Ha 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 ha. Oh, there'll be more, though. Something tells me there'll be more. 10 minutes later, I stood outside Olga's cabin, deciding where to go. Bus stop or boathouse? What do you think? Or, what? Oh, I can go here if I want to. Know what? We're going to the beach scene, to the boathouse. We'll have a boathouse scene. Maybe Shurik decided to pick up stones near the water. In the worst case, I'll find his corpse. Yay! Corpses! Woo! But I'm sure that it won't end up that way. I was crossing the square when somebody called out to me. Wait! Alyssa came up and smiled. I immediately sensed a trap. Where are you going? I am searching for Shurik. Olga asked me to. And how is it? Exciting? She looked intently into my eyes, and I turned away awkwardly. Not really. But, you know, a pioneer is missing. Surely you're not freaking out over such a minor thing. What do you mean? Only a few hours have passed. Maybe he just lost track of time while having a walk. Certainly I'd had the same idea, but I wasn't telling her that. Yes, that's true. But who knows what could have happened. Let me help you with it. With what? I got suspicious. With looking for Shurik. Shurik Alexander. I wish I knew what that meant. I'm so sorry, all Russian people here. If I knew your language, I'd be talking with you in Russian right now, probably. Oh, but I can do it. Oh, come on, she smiled at me, but there was something malevolent in that smile. Naturally, her smile was cute enough, but it really seemed to me like there was something behind it. Well, if you insist, since I cannot understand what's on her mind, I had no real reason to refuse. But before we go, I have to get one thing from home. Okay, I'll wait for you. You're actually serious about just standing there? Let's go. Okay. We approach Alyssa's cabin. It would be just like all other cabins, if not for the Jolly Roger on the door. By the way, Ulyana is my roommate. Okay. Okay. Let's see, which side is Ulyana's and which side is hers? Something tells me the one with the cat and the red stuff is on that side. Stay hydrated, Ba! Thank you for telling me. Thank you for telling me about my water stuff. The complete chaos inside really reminded me of my own flat, though why I thought of it as old. In general, I would imagine a girl's room differently. Snow white sheets, walls, floor, and ceiling shining. Spotless! But when you consider that the two most exemplary pioneers are living here. That's not a normal sentence, I think. We just stood silently for some time. And what did you need to get? Huh? Seems like I interrupted Alyssa's thinking. This cat is from a very popular children's cartoon. Oh, it is? From Russia? What's the show called? I'm curious now. There's a Kappa face there that's making me nervous. Yeah? It's not here, actually. Wait here, I'll be back in a minute. She smiled and ran out. She seems really flaky today. I began to examine the room. I wouldn't say that there had been an explosion. It was just a decent mess. Well, at least by looking at all this mess created in one pioneer session, I can surely say that I am not the messiest person in the world. The decoration of my apartment took years to be completed. I wasn't thinking about anything in particular. Was just looking around the room. Posters of Soviet artists, some books on the shelves, various household items, and then I realized that everything is wrong. Something will happen soon. Something bad. Why did Alyssa leave me here all alone? It was something I had to discover. My gut told me that it's dangerous to stay here. I went to the door and tried to open it. Locked. What a surprise. How did she manage to quietly lock me in? I don't know what's going on in her mind, but I need to get out of here. I went to the window, opened it, and climbed out. I was dead now. Now I can go and take care of business, or... I chose the second option and waited. What is the reason she had me locked up? I wanted to know what was happening. Plus, I really wanted to see Alyssa's face when she finds her room empty. I hid in the bushes next to the house and waited. After some time, I heard footsteps. Alyssa and Olga came... What? Music again. You'll see everything for yourself. She opened the door and went in. A few seconds later, she ran back out. Kitten named Gaff. Gaff is like a dog voice. Grew up watching cartoons like this. That's pretty cool. Is it like one of your childhood, like we in the Americas, we call that, that's my childhood. Was that show your childhood? You know, Alyssa's face looked as if she just won the mouse catching competition, but at the last moment found out that it's not a real Olympic sport. So he just disappeared? Olga asked skeptically. I did the right thing by closing the window after myself. Oh no. You know, I understand everything. Devachevaskaya. You and your roommate, every time the same thing. Haven't you had enough yet? But it's true. Really? One story after another. Semyon in your cabin. Semyon harassing you. Why do you keep lying? That's horrible. Alyssa seemed really upset and, to my surprise, was not trying to argue. On the other hand, it was funny to look at, but on the other, I felt a bit sorry for She deserved it, though. Our leader finally finished scolding her and left. Alyssa was mad. She clenched her fist and trembled. Her face was flushed. It seemed to me that she was going to explode. I sat in the bushes and laughed quietly. However, I was wondering what was on her mind, and I came out of hiding, not afraid of being beaten. So what exactly did he want to show the leader? Me? Alyssa turned and looked at me with disbelief. After a moment, surprise turned to anger. You! What about me? She calmed down a bit. Because you're a loser. And why is that? Because you're afraid to compete with me. When? When we played cards. What a serious reason. Yeah. Maybe I should apologize to you? I asked sarcastically. Screw you. She went into the house, slamming the door. Well, I've ticked off one girl now. I wasn't angry at Alyssa. In the end, I had expected her to do something like this. Anyway, I got through it without consequences. I was very lucky. Her confusion and embarrassment just made my day. You gotta go, Tyler Cat. I gotta end soon, pretty soon. Also, thanks for stopping by, Tyler Cat. Hope to see you later. Chuckling, I left Alyssa's cabin, which was about to become my death trap. That was just one stop. The bus stop seemed to be a fine choice. A strange thought came across me. Perhaps Shurik is in the same situation as me. So he decided, when you were playing this game for the first time, you was upset about Alice's bad ending. Uh-oh. So there are bad endings in this game. I might ask you guys for assistance in finding all the good endings. Because I don't want to find good, I don't want to find bad endings. Does Alice, like, explode or something in anger? It could really turn out to be true, but if he came here by accident too. Although the chances of that are quite slim. But you never know. What if the bus would really come? However, I could hardly believe in that. Alright guys, I think this is a good spot to call it there. This has been fun though. I was a little worried at first with the beach scene and the panty shots, but we did it, guys. We made it. We survived. So I'm gonna save it here. No feels bad man play and find out. Alright. Very well. I better save it a bunch of times then. Like if I get to a choice, like I saved beforehand, and there's a lot of save files here, so we're good. But yeah, guys, that'll be it for me this morning. I'll be back tonight with some more World of Final Fantasy Maxima. It's gonna be fun and great and awesome. Deus, if you want to, a follow would be very appreciated. You can come back and see my shenanigans, my journey throughout this game. This is a fun game, though. I'm liking it. Do you really want to quit the game? Yes, Miss Anime Cat thing. I would like to. Alright. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for all the follows and all the shenanigans. And I will be back tonight, later. See you all later. Bye-bye!